So I just want to welcome you all as the founder and CEO of Freedom House Publishing Co. My name is Kira Polson, and it is my honor, it is my joy to be able to run these author summits, especially today for Amy Hill and her beautiful new book. Just such an honor. This book is so amazing, Amy. I love your book.
Thank you, Kira.
It's just such a joy. My littles, I have one right here because that's how we run, right? We got kids and we get running things. You know what they loved? They loved that your grandchildren illustrated the pages. Like they just kept going over the pictures. And I remember when you had the inspiration, to have them be the artists. And now, I mean, it's something that attracts little kids to want to look through the book. So I'm just so excited. Let me tell everyone how tonight's gonna go. We're gonna let Amy take the hot seat. She can jump in, and I'm gonna mute everyone just so that it has a really nice sound quality. There we go. So if you can, let's not mute Amy. All right. So what we're going to do is I want Amy to just share. Amy, I would love for you to share, talk about the book, talk about what it's been like to bring this book to life. And then we're going to open it up. And if anyone wants to ask questions, or even better, maybe you have had an experience with Amy's book and you want to share about it, that would be awesome. But right now, Amy, I'd love for you to just step on in and talk about, why don't we start off with the inspiration that came to you to bring this book to life?
Well, I think that inspiration started probably about 6 years ago. Just kept feeling my grandma's voice just chatting with me and telling me to write a book. And I have never felt like a writer. And so it was kind of easier for me to jump in and do the collaboration book because that was only a chapter. And then when this one just kept coming in loud and clear that I needed to continue this. Well, I started out with music and kind of felt stuck a little bit, like I wasn't sure where I was supposed to go with that. And then it just came very clear to me that I was supposed to just do the children's book for now and then focus on the music later. So, and that may even the book may turn into music or something, who knows, I don't know.
Right.
But I'm just following my inspiration, what my God-given inspiration. And, literally I have had angels speaking to me through this whole process and asking me to do this. And so I just listened. And when I read it to some people and got stuck, because, you get opinions and you learn through the process. And I got opinions about it and they were saying they didn't like this and didn't like that. And so I got really stuck with it and I just sat with it forever, like through the whole mastermind. I just kept thinking, I don't know why this book is not moving forward. And then when we went to the retreat, it was so beautiful to sit in that little corner in that basement of that beautiful home and just receive. And it was like, it literally just felt like I had this connection through the light that just came down and just gave me the inspiration, and on the words just came out, and I just finished that book at that retreat. And so, but I mean, it started a long time ago, 6 years ago, and I finally listened and I finally gave heed to that inspiration and said, okay, fine, I'll write a book. So here we are.
And here we are. And do you have the book with you? Can you show everyone the book?
Yes, I have to grab it. Hold on really quick.
Go grab it. So I'm going to tell a funny story about on the publishing end of this book. We have a formatter that we work with that formats all of our books. And when Claire is my sister, she works with Freedom House. She sent me Amy's formatted book. And I was like, oh no, this is so wrong. Nothing is right about this. And it had I don't know, it was like primary colors, and it was just like everything felt wrong when I looked at it. And what's funnier is 2 hours before I got the formatted book from Claire, I was at Target and I saw this yoga mat, and I literally heard, probably my angels, God, somebody whispering in my ear, grab that yoga mat. I'm like, I have 2 yoga mats. I do not need this yoga mat. But it was so loud that I was like, fine, I'm buying the yoga mat. So I buy the yoga mat, and it's at my house, sitting in my living room. And when Claire is on the phone with me, like, Kira, this is the wrong formatting for Amy's book, I literally hear again, show her the yoga mat. So I'm like, well, I got this yoga mat. Do you want to see it? And I take a picture of it, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's the imagery we need for Amy's book. And so we put it over to our formatter, and that's what created the magic around the pages, which is just proof of like angels were a part of every aspect of this book. And they were whispering in my ear at Target to give you the right imagery for your book. It's just magic, right?
And how grateful I am that you listened and that the angel spoke to you as well.
Yeah,
So.
me too. Because you would not have liked it the other way. So show us this beautiful book. Why don't you show us this book?
So, well, here's the cover.
Oh, and which grandchild did the artwork for the cover?
This is my oldest, Liliana. She's 13. And you know, her and Maddox kind of competed for the front page. So, and this is the one that Maddox, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. Oh.
But Maddox, that was his part of it. But I have to tell the cutest story about Maddox, how cute it was, because I read the book to them again. And of course, at this time, it's crunch time, and we're trying to get the images in, and I'm trying to, come on, you guys, you got to get these drawings in. And so this page here, it has the heart on it. It's so sweet with the door. And so as I read the last page to him, it says, you see, said the angels, all you have to do is believe that we are always there for you. Just open your heart and receive. And he was like, he's 10, and he says, oh, do you know what I see? Oh my gosh, I see this image, and I see a big heart, and I see a door, like an open door that goes through it. And I was like, oh my gosh, he sees. This is so cool. It was just, to me, it was such a beautiful moment of angels speaking to him at that very moment. So that was just a really fun part for me, that, you know, these kids were so excited about this project, and so they were just so into it. So from the very beginning.
I love it. I just love every piece of this book. I would love to open it up to anyone here. If you guys want to share, we'd love to have you guys share what your experience has been with Amy's book. Have your kids loved it? Do you, like, I would just love if anyone's willing to share. I know that's kind of scary in a public like forum, but I would love to hear. Does anyone want to share? Okay, well, think about it. And while we're thinking about it, I want to dive into, hold on real fast. I'm going to pause. Presley, hold on. Let me mute really quick. Okay, so what I would love is, Amy, I would love for you to read the book. That's what feels loudest to me. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Fabulous.
It's short. It's short, so how fun. So the angels came down to earth to let us know they're here. The children are ready to receive us, they said, so you must let them know we are near. I don't know if you can see these pages very well. And that was Lily's drawing there. We are all around you in everything you do. Close your eyes and listen with your heart, and we will come to you. And this is little Slater's scribbles. He's 2. You'll see us in the shapes of clouds as you're floating in the pool. Look up and notice our wings open wide. You'll find comfort in us, that's true. And this is Danica. She's 5. You'll feel us in the whispering winds, and when you're dancing in the rain, let us celebrate with you, my child, and help us see your gains. And this is a combination of Maddox and Palmer drawing that picture. We dance with you in the sunshine and celebrate with you. Your warmth, your smile, and happy heart delight us through and through. And I thought this was so fitting, this picture, because it has mostly yellow in it. And so.
Can you show it one more time? Show it one more time. I want to see it better. Oh, I just love that.
Isn't that so
Who
sweet?
did that one?
So Danica did that one as well. And I just thought it was so cute because, you know, Claire is so awesome how she put that together, because that one didn't actually have a page that I dedicated for that one. So
Love it.
When you took that walk along the beach holding your grandfather's hand, he sent you signs that we were near by placing sand dollars in the sand. And these kids did. So Palmer did this one here.
Oh, I just love it.
Yeah, it's so fun. Little footprints in the sand. My son actually called me on that one and said, "Mom, you made me ugly cry." That's so beautiful, because he's like, "That's why I love to pick up sand dollars with Grandpa. You made me ugly cry." So that was really sweet. When you take the field for your soccer game and your nerves are setting in, please call on us and you will find the answer from within. And that was little Maddox, my soccer player. I love how he put the little angel at the top of the corner.
So beautiful.
We'll cheer you on as you take the mat, flipping through the air. We'll help you find your confidence, for we know that in this moment you were well prepared. And that's Liliana, my little cheerleader. She's a competitive cheerleader. The children started to see all the little ways the angels come forward and help us throughout our days. And again, that's Maddox. I feel like I'm doing show and tell here.
I love it. It's so fun.
One more. You see, said the angels, all you have to do is believe that we are always there for you. Just open your heart and receive. That's my little Maddox boy. So
love it.
Opening his heart.
Oh, Amy, what I love about this book is that children's books are ways to teach children principles and adults. And so I love how it's so simple that you're showing the children, this is how you can ask your angels for help. They're always here. They're here in your soccer game. They're here in your cheerleading. They're here everywhere. And at the same time, when a parent reads that, it's actually teaching them as well. So yeah. I just think what you did was so beautiful. And I'm excited because it looks like we have a hand raised. Did you mean to raise your hand, Sabrina? Yes, unmute. I'd love to hear.
Okay. I swear I have clothes on. It's just really hot, right? It's like too hot for clothes. First off, did you coordinate your outfit with the angel behind you?
No, I didn't. I just thought something shiny and, bright for a summit would be good. So no.
Well, it matches perfectly.
Thanks.
And my question is, how do you think your grandchildren's faith in angels has grown over writing in this process with you?
I'm so glad you asked that, because I just shared with my sister today, when we were camping, the kids were out on the beach, and they're doing like a little scavenger hunt kind of thing. And they gathered all of these things, and Palmer came up to me and she said, "Maybe look what I found. I found a feather." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And I said, "Do you know what that means?" And she's like, "Yeah, it means my angels are nearby." And I was like, "Oh, that's so awesome." I was really excited. So I'm glad you asked that, because I just shared that with my sister today. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's sweet. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think what's so exciting is that I know that you wrote this book because you felt inspired and you felt the pull to do this with your grandbabies, because it brought them into this experience with you. But what I think you didn't realize you were doing is that you're normalizing this conversation, the conversation of working with our angels, working with our spiritual team. And that's what your book is doing. It's just normalizing this so that when your little grandbaby pulls up a feather, they just know, oh, this is because my angels are near. these little tokens are what helps people remember. And that's what your book does. Your book is a remembrance book.
Thank you. You're right. I didn't realize that until we were starting to promote. And when you said that it helps us, work with our spiritual team, I thought, oh, she's right. And I didn't even think about that when I was writing it. I didn't think about that. You're right.
I love it. And I think what I would love to do, because you work so often with your angels, those who are watching here live and those who end up watching the recording, I would love for you to drop in your heart and just feel into, how do you help anybody who's listening learn how to work with their angels?
Well, I do a series of work with that. I do muscle testing and I do energy clearing. And in those sessions, I always call upon my angels. And so anybody that works with me, we always have that access to our angels, and we always have that ability to connect. And I worked with a client that I knew her from a previous modality that we did a long time ago. And so we were going to trade services, and she has a really beautiful gift of being able to see angels. And she actually saw a whole bunch of angels in my room. She's like, there's so many, they're like crowding to be in here. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. So, I mean, I feel them come in, and I just energetically feel them drop in. But for her to have that witness, for me to say that she actually saw the angels in here, and she wasn't even familiar with muscle testing at all. And so that was a beautiful experience for me to share with her.
Yeah, I love that. And I do love that. Everyone who's listening, I don't know if everyone knows that Amy has a business where she works with people through the modality of muscle testing. She's an extraordinary healer. So that's a whole other piece of you, right? You're this author, you're also this healer. How, like, let's say someone shows up and they're like, I have no idea about angels. I have no idea what the first step is. How would you have them start to at least become aware, or even just start asking for help from their angels?
Well, it's just like you were saying, to just be able to drop down into your heart and to really listen to what your heart has to say, because your heart will always tell you the truth. And that's where we start. We listen, drop in, and listen to those. Sometimes, like when I first heard that I was supposed to write a book, I was like, is that me thinking that, or is that like, is that divine intervention telling me that? And so I really do feel like that was a divine intervention for me, for angels to jump in and say, no, this is actually, and because I guess I'm so used to dropping in and hearing them. That's a good question, because not everybody's used to that. And so but yeah, just listening to your heart. Like, if you say a prayer first, and then just ask for your angels to be with you, and to tell you what, and ask God, ask your team, your spiritual team, what the next step is for you.
I love it. I'm so grateful for you bringing this. This is one of my favorite topics. So I love that you brought it through in the form of a children's book so that parents and children can start to learn it. There was a question that was coming to my mind. Hold on, let me see if I can hear it again. Oh, tell me a little bit, because there might be people who are watching this who have the nudge to write a book. Tell me what happened for you when you finally said yes. After years of pushing it away, what happened for you here in your heart, in your life? What happened when you said yes to the book?
Oh my gosh. So there was just such a series of things that happened. But things just started changing. I mean, financially they changed. And just because I said yes to this project, this process, just being a yes for the whole thing, all of a sudden, my physical form started changing. I've lost 50 pounds since I started this project, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And you know, financially things are better, and my relationships are better. And you know, I just have to give a huge shout out to my husband, who continually just supports, and just gives me so much encouragement. And my, you know, my family here that is on the call, and my friends that continually, you know, push me and help me. But things just, it was just a whirlwind for me, how amazing life was when when I finally said yes to this, you know, like everything just kind of fell into place for me.
Oh,
So
it's magic.
it is so magical.
That's the piece, right? Like when we listen to the inspiration and we take action on it, magic happens. And so I'm just honoring you, because I know the resistance that comes before a book wants to be birthed. And you kept putting 2 feet in, Amy, 2 feet in. You kept bringing it through no matter what hurdles came your way. And I'm just so celebrating you. And this is one of many. I can just feel it, right? Like this is one of many that you're here to bring through.
Yeah, I for sure. And the music's really kind of speaking now too. So I think that'll be fun to pursue that as well.
Oh, I love it. Well, my beautiful guests who are here tonight, I would love to just open the space. Is there anything that you feel inspired to share? We're going to allow you the space to step forward in action. Is there something that you want to share that's woke up in your heart, that her book has woken up? This is the time and space. Does anyone want to share? You like how I just put you guys? Did you know that that's going to happen when you came to the summit? No, you didn't. Anyone want to share?
Just ask, do you feel like your relationship with your grandchildren has become closer because of this project? Do you feel like there's going to be memories that your grandkids will have from here on out?
Oh gosh, thank you for asking that, Wendy. I absolutely feel like things have changed with that. It's just in that, you know, the little story I told you about how Maddox said, you know, this is what I see. And then the kids and I just having that special time together. And, you know, Palmer actually, she was so excited about doing this project that because they actually were studying in school about writing books. And so it's going to be really fun for her to be able to take this book to school for show and tell, if they still do something like that. But for her to be able to say, look, I illustrated this book. And so, and I actually had a conversation with Maddox and Palmer about, you know, I said, I wish I would have had this opportunity with my grandmother, because I had such a close relationship with her. And I wish I had something tangible that showed that relationship, that we worked on things together. And I said, because, you know, someday I'll be dead and gone. And Palmer said, I don't ever want to hear you speak like that again. Like, well, I know. But yeah, it definitely has opened up doors for us to have conversations and for us to just draw closer together. And, you know, pulling all of this together, it was really fun I actually invited the kids over and said, okay, you're going to sit at my table and we're going to play music and we're going to write the book, or we're going to do the illustrations together. And so, yeah, it's definitely heightened our relationship for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Again, sorry, I'll shout out again because no one else was talking. I just want to tell everyone, I don't know who else is on the call, but just how proud I am of you, Amy.
Thank you,
like, I've known you for like 15 years and I've been through the whole process with you, and I'm just so unbelievably proud of you just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing through, even when you had your stumbling blocks, even when you didn't know how it was going to be finished. I'm just so in awe of the person that you're becoming. And just the light that you shine wherever you go. So proud of you.
Thank you. You make me cry. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you.
Beautiful. Oh, I'm so grateful for people like you, Amy, who follow the call to bring forward books, who follow the call to listen to inspiration. Because when you do that, what happens is that life's changed. Your life changed, but then so many other people's lives have changed. And so big celebration on all that you've created and all that is ahead. And I hope that you just know what you created will live forever. And that's a magical piece.
Thank you. That is beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Is there anything else? Oh, I got Lois up in here. Yes, Lois, why don't you unmute? Oh, hold on, you're muted, Lois. If you go down to the volume on the left of your screen. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Am I back now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably say ditto to Arena said. You can imagine what a proud mother I am. I've certainly never written a book. And it's been so exciting to watch Amy's growth through all this. I've got kids here in the house that are reading her book now as we speak because they had not seen it before. Yes. And it's so cool. I've watched your growth and confidence. It was really a great experience to have you in Pagosa Springs doing your book signing on the day that your book came out.
Yeah.
We did find the magical venue for that signing. And Amy, I saw confidence in you that I had not ever seen before. Like I told you that day, hey, you can do your own marketing. You're good. You walked right into that store and said, can we do a book signing? And she's like saying, sure. I'm like, whoa, okay. And then the day that we brought the books in, you just laid them out in front of all these little girls and they were all excited and they were all reading the book and they were all admiring your book. And then the guy sitting behind you said, I want to buy your books. And then there was a lady out on the deck. You went out and saw her with her children and spread them out. And she's like, oh yes, I want to buy your book. And her children were excited about your book. I'm like, girl, you just walk around the streets and sell your book.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
You got it. You've got what it takes to sell your book. That's so fun. I don't think I would have imagined that. And so, yeah, I can just see how you have totally come out of a shell.
Yeah, I have.
And you left 50 pounds behind you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's been a fun byproduct.
It's really fun. Really fun to see the confidence that you gained from this experience. And I could just see your next book coming out. It's going to be a bestseller as well.
Oh, thanks, Mama.
So, well, I just think you're so beautiful. And I think that everybody else needs to see that too.
Thanks, Mom.
And of course, we share the love for the same grandchildren.
Of course.
So,
yes, exactly.
So that's quite a bonus for me to be able to see that growth in them and to see them acknowledging angels. That's really, really a gift. Yeah. So just keep on keeping on, honey. You're dynamite.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Everybody should have their mom on their summit call.
What a good mama. What a good mama you are, Lois. And it's all truth, Amy, like really honoring. I think that's been the coolest thing as I've coached you while you wrote your book, watching the confidence inside of you rise. And it didn't rise it didn't rise when you wrote the book. It didn't rise when you're like, okay, my book's done, so now I'm confident. When it began to rise when you said yes to the call.
Absolutely.
It was in the yes that this confidence that I'd never seen in you just blossomed through your body. And it just grew and grew. And I just honor you for that. And I think that's a piece that we don't talk about often, that the confidence didn't come when the book was done. It came when you said yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Oh, just love you, Amy. I'm so grateful you all came tonight. My invitation is this. is that you go get a handful of these books, order a handful, because we all have children in our life. And in a world where TikTok and cartoons that are like absolutely pointless, in a world where our children are being inundated with bologna and cheese, like really, I mean, I have 5 kids. And I'm not saying my kids are doing any better. This is just the world. This is the world that we live in. If we can add a tiny spark of light into their lives, and I believe that's what Amy's book does. This book brings light in. So I ask my teenagers to read the book to my littles. Yeah, see what I'm doing there, right? Hey, 17-year-old, read this book to my 10-year-old so that you get the message of this book. How do we put this book into more of our children's lives so that they get to live a little bit deeper, a little bit richer than what life has to offer for them right now? So that's my invitation. Everyone go grab a dozen, keep them with you, hand them out, give them to all the children that you know. And I'm just so grateful you all came to support Amy, because we all just love you, Amy.
Me too. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And
So
the
as
comments
we end, I want you to just drop into your heart, Amy, because you are so brilliant and so gifted. And I want you to just feel in your heart, what's the message that you want to leave for everyone who's here live and everyone who's watching the recording? What is the message that you want to share?
I just feel like if you even have that little glimpse in your heart that makes you feel like there's something that you need to share with the world, to spread your light, because I really feel like this has opened me up to sharing my light with the world. And I know that that's my calling in this world, is to share my light. And so if you have just that little bit of feeling in your heart that tells you that you're supposed to do something else, or listen, just listen and ask your angels to tell you, and they will speak the truth to you. All you have to do is open your heart and receive.
Open that little door right there in the heart.
Open that door.
Love it. Well, thank you, Amy. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for writing this book, bringing it to the earth so that we can all share it. I just honor you. Thank you, everyone. I know evenings are busy. Thank you for taking time to be with us, to support Amy. I'm going to leave you all with this message of my heart, which is that you lean in. You lean into the calls that are in your heart, because when you do, everything in your life works better. And if you lean into working with your angels, everything works better. So thank
Amen.
you. Amen. There we go. Let's all go forward and just spread light wherever we can. Be light, spread Amy's book, and have a beautiful Tuesday evening. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Kira, for all your support and your love through all of this. I couldn't have done it without you. Appreciate you.
My deepest honor, Amy. My deepest honor. Love you. Love you.
Love you.
Bye, guys. Have a beautiful night.
Bye. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys.